Hey everyone, today we're going to be performing a battery change on a G-Shock GA-100, and this is the 5081 module. Let's get right into it. To perform this battery change, we're going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver, ideally metal tweezers, but if you don't have metal tweezers, you can use a metal paper clip, and our replacement battery, which is a CR1220. I wanted to quickly note you do not have to remove the straps because they're not blocking the case back from coming off, but I'm going to go ahead and remove them just so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. First thing we need to do is remove our 4 case back screws and set them aside for later. With our case back screws removed, we can lift that case back right off. And don't worry, sometimes the rubber gasket will come off attached to the case back. We'll reinstall that when we're reassembling the watch. Now that we're inside the watch, the first thing we're going to want to do is remove this plastic retaining clip. And to do this, we're going to grab our tweezers or that paper clip, slide right under it, and we'll be able to lift it right out. And we'll set that aside for later. Now I'm going to go ahead and rotate my watch all the way around here. As we can see here, this is the little clip that's holding our battery in place. So we simply want to grab our tweezers or that paper clip, come right behind it, and pull towards us. And now we can unlatch the battery housing, grab that old battery, and get rid of it. Now we can come on in with our new battery. Again, this is a CR1220, and I always suggest holding it by the sides if you don't have gloves or finger covers on. We're simply going to slide it right in place, and we'll push that tab down. Usually you'll feel it click, but sometimes this one likes to be stubborn, so I'll come in with something pointy and push it down until it's latched securely in place. Now at this point, I always advise getting this plastic retaining clip back in place. Mine didn't get messed up, but I just messed it up on purpose to demonstrate. Sometimes what will happen is when we take that out, our module will pop up and it won't sit flush anymore. All we simply want to do is find our metal plungers on the sides here. The buttons, push these into the module, and that's how your buttons work. We simply want to grab our tweezers or paper clip and pull them out of the way while lightly pushing down, and then we can usually feel our module click right back into place. Now with our module seated flush in there, we can come in with that plastic retaining clip. We simply want to find this notch on top here and this metal tab that sticks up. We're simply going to drop it right in place. And now we no longer need to worry about our module shifting to and fro. That retaining clip is going to hold it in place for us. The next thing we're going to want to do is perform our AC reset. This is simply going to reset our module to factory defaults, clear any errors if there are any. This is where having metal tweezers will come in handy, but if you're using a paper clip, you can simply bend it into an arch. You just want to have 2 metal points of contact. So we're going to look at our module here, and we can see this AC label with an arrow pointing into this hole, and there's a little gold tab at the bottom of that hole. I'm going to flip my module around here. We simply want to contact one end of our metal to that gold tab, and the other end to the metal on our watch, and hold it for about 2 seconds. And now to ensure that we've performed the reset properly, I always suggest holding a finger over this spring. You don't want to lose that spring because that spring is important for the sound of our watch. I'll go ahead and flip my watch over and we should see it start flashing sub. So our module has been reset and we are ready to reassemble the watch. Since we already have that retaining clip in place, all that's left to do is install our case back gasket, which is simply a circle. We're just going to drop it right into the groove there. And then I like to use my tweezers to make any fine adjustments. We just want to make sure that the gasket is perfectly seated in that groove so it maintains a watertight seal. Now we're ready to reinstall our case back, so what we want to remember is that this metal tab up here indicates the lower portion of our watch. We simply want to make sure that our Casio and G-Shock logos are properly oriented. So we're going to drop it right in place, and you'll feel it fall in between the grooves there. And now all we need to do is reinstall our 4 case back screws. What I typically would do is just hold a finger on that case back so it doesn't move around, drop my screws in, and now all we need to do is snug them up. And remember, they don't need to be super tight, just snug. These are very delicate little screws. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall my straps, and then I'll meet you guys at the final step. Our final step in this battery change is going to be recalibrating our hands. Now why we have to do this is because when we perform the AC reset, the watch now thinks wherever the hands were left off is 12 o'clock, so when we set the digital time, the hands will display the incorrect time. So to do this, we're going to press and hold our forward button, which is our bottom right. We'll hear the watch beep, and then we'll see that sub start flashing again. So now we're controlling this sub dial. Unfortunately, we can only move it one click at a time with the forward button. We want it to be pointing straight up at the 50. Once that's properly aligned, we're going to press our mode button, and now we'll see 000 start flashing. So this is our minute and hour hand. We want this to be pointing directly up at 12 o'clock, and this we can adjust using reverse and forward. So once those both are set, we'll simply press adjust once more, and now when we set our digital time, our analog hands will also display the correct time. And that's all there is to it. As we can see, all of our modes cycle through. Our backlight works, and if we press and hold adjust, we can hear our beep, so our beep is still audible. So our watch is completely ready to wear again. Thank you all so much for joining me in this battery changing tutorial. I really hope that it was clear and helpful. If you have any questions for me, please be sure to leave them down in the comments. And if you're interested in more tutorials and watch related content, please do consider subscribing. I cover a wide range of G-Shock, Baby G, and Casio products, so stay tuned for more. Thanks everyone.